know exist. It's like a perk in the talk of the sea. Money swallowed like sis. Did it perfect in the kid. Got a billion new single, my hater, nothing better. Put on the road, I just spit. I know we got $1 million. The devil, that shit ain't not cheaper again.
Hello and welcome back, fellow anime lovers, to MangaMuse. I am delighted to have you join us once again in the world of fanfiction and fantasy. Here we present you different world stories and adaptations. This is the fourth part of Science vs. Heroes, DR.STONE vs. Hero Academia. Smash the like, share and subscribe button for more. Also press the bell icon so that you never miss such great parts. Thanks for the introduction. Now let's dive into the world. On the first day of class, "Okay class, go to your changing room and change into your PE uniforms," said Keisuke to 1D. "Yes sensei," screamed the class. Most of the class was already going to the changing room, but Ryusui decided to have a few words with Francois. "Hey Francois, are you?" asked him to his loyal butler. "Don't worry Ryusui-sama, I already contact the school body and they issue the clothes for me," said Francois, much to the blonde happiness. "Oh good. So, is everything set for you?" asked him. "Yes, thank you for consideration," said her, leaving class. The class all saw Francois leaving and they were wondering what genre he or she was. He looked female and yet used the pants usually set for male students. Most of the 1D boys were utterly confused by the blonde appearance. "Am I the only one who doesn't know what genre that dude is?" asked Yo. "Well, it's wearing the pants," said Jinru, "but the shape is more feminine." "It could he was raised more by women?" asked Chrome. "Is more complicated than I can think," said Teju. "I don't know and I do not care," said Hyoga. "Maybe is best to not involve in this matter," said Tsukasa. "Hey Ryusui, what is the deal with Francois' gender? I mean you know him." "I mean her the longest." "So, what is the deal?" asked Teju. Ryusui only smirk at his classmates and only answer very simple with, "Well, Francois is one of those that doesn't care for gender. She is very happy as being a person of no identification," said Ryusui, making all the boys understand now. In the girls' changing room, the girls were all prepared to change into their PE uniforms, however they all stopped when Francois walked there. The sight of someone who had a male physique and was wearing the pants was making them a little embarrassed. Said Nikki, all red, while Francois goes to her locker. "Excuse me, should you be here?" asked Kohaku, ready to fight. "Yes, I do," said Francois, taking out her uniform, showing her bra. "You're a girl," screamed most of the girls in shock. "Biologically speaking, yes," said Francois nonchalant. "Why do you wear the pants instead of skirts?" asked Minami. "Is because I was never comforted with skirts. So, before the classes started I issued the school to let me wear the pants and with the help of Ryusui-sama my request became reality," said Francois. "Oh, good, because I thought you were just a pervert sneaking in," said Yuzuhira. "Actually, even I was a boy I wouldn't even dream of peeking at you all," said Francois, and the girls were not sure if that meant chivalry or just rue. "So, you are not interested in our features?" asked Kirasama, all red. "Yes," said Francois, all simple. "Are you one of those people that don't identify by gender?" asked Kohaku. "I don't like the way that you are refereeing, but yes, I am a non-binary," said Francois, now putting the PE uniform. "What pronouns can we use when talking with you, Francois-chan?" asked Yuzuhira. "I don't mind the pronouns. You can call me Kun or Chan as you like. I don't care really," said her. "Okay, I feel better this way," said Yuzuhira. "So, you are really into dressing as a boy?" asked Nikki, just wanting to know if her classmates was. "Don't worry girls, I don't care either for other people's bodies or having any sort of desire. I am happy just being all by myself and doing my things," said Francois, all simple while changing. The other girls from 1D were surprised by that response. It was all mature and simple and it was all coming from someone of their own age. "I guess we should apologize for this," said Nikki, feeling a little bad. "Yes," said Hamura. "Is not necessary girls. Is okay, many of you didn't," said Francois, but Kohaku cuts her. "No, we pretty much ask straight to your face about your gender and your sexuality. That isn't nice, Francois-chan. In fact, I feel bad for even saying that," said Kohaku. "Yeah, let's start over. Hello Francois, my name is Yuzuhira Ogawa. And Kohaku Dobsu. Name is Nikki Handa. I'm Kirasama Kaiken. Hamura Momoji. Nanami Hokutazai." Francois only smiled at her female class members, all presenting themselves in such polite way. That how she liked. "Well Francois, I hope we all can be friends after this," said Yuzuhira. "Yes, being in a class here in UA isn't going to be easy. We need to stay together," said Nikki. "You're right," said Kirasama. "Power to all," said Hamura. "Please, stop talking like that. It's creepy," said Minami. "I am not much of a talker," said Hamura, still with her PE jacket unzipped. "Thanks to you all," said Francois with a smile. is okay, said Nikki. Plus, we all have our own ways, so we better get used to each other, said Kohaku. You don't have to survive high school alone, said Hamura. Can you zip your jacket, Hamura? Said Kirisama, all red. Okay, said Hamura, zipping her jacket. Everyone was now in their PE uniform and all ready to leave. We should go, sensei is probably waiting us, said Minami. Yes, we better hurry or we will be in trouble or something, said Nikki. The girl all walked out of the changing room and were all walking toward the field where the rest of the class was waiting. On the way they decided to have some small talk. Is okay for us to call you Francois-kun something? Asked Nikki, just wanting to be sure. Don't worry, I don't mind that. You can call me whatever as long isn't disrespectful, said Francois. Yeah, she has a point. Let's not be insensitive, said Minami. But let's see what the others class think about this. Now with quirks also changing people appearance, it's not gonna be easy explaining that to the large first year, said Nikki. Agreed, said Hamura. Francois only smiled at. Those girls were truly very charismatic. Thank you all for being so mature about this whole situation, said Francois. Oh, don't worry Francois-chan, said Yuzuhira. Do you like that? Asked Kohaku. Yes, Kohaku-kun, said Francois. Thanks Francois, said Kohaku with a cheerful smile. Francois smiled at this as her and her colleagues all walked toward the field. At 1D. So Senku, do you have any leads on how to cure my sister? Asked Kohaku. Sorry, playing with chemicals is very tricky. One wrong move and I can make something deadly, said Senku, all calm. Keep doing. I am putting all my faith on you, said her. Alright, said Senku with a thumbs up. Kohaku was extra worried these days. After Senku agreement, she was putting everything she had on him and Chrome to find a cure. She was pretty much asking for updates almost every hour. Hey Chrome, did you found any lead on how to cure my sister? Asked her. Sorry, but I am pretty much with no idea. Senku is just asking me to find some minerals. At the moment I have no clue, said Senku. Alright, said Kohaku, all sad. The blonde was not feeling that great. If Senku said he could make a medicine that could cure Rory, then she would take on that offer. If she could, she would make a deal with Devil if she had to. Hey, cheer up, your sister wouldn't like that, said Chrome. I know, I am just scared, said Kohaku. We all are. We know Rory since we were kids. We don't want anything bad happen to her, said Kinru. Yes, I mean without Rory, who is gonna Chrome drool over? Asked Jinru. The idiot answer from the blonde made the entire group stare at him in anger. I told you to keep your mouth shut, said Kinru, hitting his brother. Sorry, it's slip, said Jinru in tears. You said that all the time, screamed Kinru. I don't know what to say. You are the smart one, said Kinru. Chrome looked at that scene with a confused look. Are they really brothers? Asked him. The blonde ponytail girl decided to spare Jinru for now, because she was still a mess thinking about her sister. Look, we are still working on it. Give us a while. Senku said that after class we will discuss about making the medicine, said Chrome. Okay, I'm just, said Kohaku. I know anxious. Someone that you deeply care is in a critical condition, so your immunity will also get lower. Get some sleep and eat more, said Senku to her. Do you need to enter in other people's life? Asked her, annoyed. Yes, that's my job, said Senku with a smirk. Kohaku only smiled at that. Even if Senku was annoying sometimes, he was still someone amazing. He is an annoying smartass, but still amazing, said Kohaku. Well, that is the class rep for you, said Kinru. Soon Keisuke arrived in the classroom and every single teen went to their seats. Good morning class, said him. Morning Keisuke-sensei, said 1D. Well, it is a good morning. So much so that I have an announcement. Today, we don't have class, said Keisuke with a happy announcement. The entire class soon brightened up. Hearing those words were like a melody. Really? Screamed Nikki. No class. Yo-ho-oh, freedom. Scream yo. Sit back on your seat yo. Screamed Keisuke. The eye-patch teen heard that and immediately returned to his seat. As I was saying, we won't have class here. We will be having a field trip, said Keisuke. The class soon light up even more. A field trip on high school was something kind rare. A field trip, said Yuzuhira, all happy. Oh yeah, I love field trips, screamed Teijo. Can you repeat that again, Teijo? I don't think they heard you in Australia, screamed Rusui. But Keisuke-kun, where are we heading to? Asked Jin. Well Jin, I am glad you asked. We were selected from all the classes from the first year to see a very private and exclusive exhibition, said Keisuke, making the class even more excited. Well, where is it? Asked Minami. To the Museum of History and Science. We are going to see an exclusive 1,000-year Japanese life exhibition. Isn't this excited? Asked Keisuke. The class excitement soon became one of disinterest. A museum exhibition didn't sound very cool. That, said Hamura. Sounds boring, said Magma. Well, is at least something new, said Senku. At least they won't be sitting in class all day. Yeah, museum can be cool too, said Chrome with an argument. I can't deny that. At least is better than just sitting here, said Rusui. Agreed, said Akayo. So, we are going just to the museum to take notes? Asked Jin. Oh, not at all. We are going just as both as a fun trip. But you can also do as an extra credit. Take a picture of something you have seen in the museum, then wrote a page on why like that object. It has to be at least 500 words and be real work. Do it and I might give some extra points if you flunk in the next test. Understood? Asked Keisuke. Yes, sensei, said the entire 1D. Alright, I am glad that you all on board with this, said Keisuke. We don't need to be amazed at something cool at the moment. You are promising us extra credit if we do a good work, said Kirasame. Yes, right now I am more interested in that than anything that a hero might be doing, said Yo. Hey, Senku can give us some tips about ancient objects, please, asked Jinru pleading. I will think about that, said Senku with a smirk. Sometime later, the class was at the bus stop that UA had. They would wait there and get on the bus towards the museum. Well, everything seems good. All 20 of you are here, said Keisuke. How long do we have wait? Asked Hyoga. The bus is arriving soon. I guess we have 10 minutes, said Keisuke. Oh good, we can see who sits next to who, said Minami. Yeah, although I can see this going terribly wrong, said Kohaku looking at some people. They barely knew each other after a few weeks and didn't know how this would work out. At least we can think of that to pass the time, said Nikki. Is sad that this our biggest concern right now in our lives, said Hyoga. Agreed, said Hamura. Tsukasa saw his classmates talking to each other, arguing and wondering who is going sit next to who. He didn't care who sit next to him. He didn't mind that as long the person wasn't annoying. Soon Minami came towards him with a blush on her face. So, Tsukasa-san, do you have any idea to who would you like to sit next? Asked her all nervous. Well actually no, I guess Senku is going to be with Chrome and Hyoga with Hamura, so I guess I have no seat buddy, said Tsukasa. Oh good, I mean I am without a person to seat next to me. If ... you want. I mean, said Minami all red and nervous around the confused giant teen. What's wrong with her? Thought Tsukasa. She can't hide her crush. Thought Kohaku with a smirk. Is pretty much on the face. Thought Nikki with a smirk next to Kohaku. Senku heard that and only decided to laugh a little bit of that. Someone big and smart like Tsukasa not noticing the crush that the young reporter had on him was kind funny to see. I guess he doesn't see some very obvious things right in front of him, said Senku very low. You never had a crush? Asked Chrome. No, I am to focus on my dedication to science. When I see a woman worth my time, I will go talk to her, said Senku all serious. What kind of high schooler talk like that? Asked Kohaku with her arms crossed. Someone who thinks too much on himself, I am afraid, said Senku with a smirk. What is it, Kohaku? Are you with a crush? I didn't gorilla had crushes, asked Chrome with a smirk making Kohaku blush. I don't have a crush, besides I feel bad whoever dates him. Imagine the torture and chaos that he would be giving her, said Kohaku at Senku. Well, if she plays nice, maybe I can be nice too, said Senku. You're a nerd. I'm pretty sure you are gonna stay single for a while, said Kohaku. Hey, nerds are way cooler than you can imagine. They have their own communities and have all kind of cool chicks, said Chrome. Say the rock nerd, is hard to imagine any girl that would be impressed by this, said Kohaku with a smirk. Hey, rocks are awesome and don't you forget it, screamed Chrome at the top of his lounges. Class 1D only look at Chrome with a sweat drop in every single one. Even Keisuke was like that. Everyone was with a cringe face at that. Only Chrome was normal. Okay, we will forget that you say that with a straight face and we will move on with our life, said Jen. Right, said Chrome all nervous. While after that little shout out, Keisuke was soon received a call from someone. He talked for a second and then addressed his class. Okay everyone, I heard that another class is coming to wait their bus while we wait for us. So please behave and act friendly, said him. The class nodded at that and soon this next class soon appeared. This class was none other than 1A, from the hero course. Most of the students from 1D were shocked by that, seeing those people of their ages with those costumes. So cool looking and badass having a pretty normal day because that was something for a hero course, was simply out of this world. Is a hero class, said Chrome. Oh my, look at their costumes. They are the next generation of heroes, and we are seeing them right now, said Jinru. Silence. They might hear us, said Kinru. Keep cool, we are all classmates here, so act natural, said Kirasama all nervous. Stop acting like that, said Francois. Yes, they are just people like us. So, what they are on the hero class, said Rusui. Tsukasa upon seeing those teens in costume already had a scold in his face. Just the sight of seeing hero students causes the trigger inside of him to fill him with rage and ideas. However, he wasn't stupid. He knew that those people didn't do nothing to him. but he still liked seeing them, so he decided to kill time away from them until the bus arrived. "Sensei, can I go to the bathroom?" asked Tsukasa. "Yes, but don't take too long. The bus might arrive at any minute," said Keisuke. "Thanks," said Tsukasa, leaving. The strongest primate teenager went to the bathroom and decided to play low and not be spotted by the hero students. He had a rough time with heroes already everywhere in this society that is pretty much saturated to the point of exploding. People always see heroes as people who can't do wrong and are always right, but Tsukasa knew that heroes can be as much of cruel and corrupted as any person. These people might be young like him, but he doesn't know how their morals is. Heroes ... like we haven't enough already, thought Tsukasa, all annoyed. Senku saw Tsukasa anger walk while he leaves to the bathroom. He could see trouble from a mile away. "Oh boy, I hope he doesn't punch anyone before we leave," thought Senku. While the class waits for the bus, he decided to check it out the hero students. "Let me see what UA got this year for their catalog," thought Senku, looking at the kids of 1A. They are so far nothing much, some with interesting costume, some non-original, some questionable, some pretty much sad. One had literal grandies strapped to his arms. Overall, nothing much. However, he noticed something interesting in that group. It was a kid that wasn't wearing a costume, and he had a familiar appearance. "Wait a minute, is that?" thought Senku. "Senku-kun, is that you?" asked Izuku Midoriya. "Yes, Izuku Midoriya, right?" asked Senku. "Yes," said Izuku. "So, you don't have a hero costume? The big hero nerd without one, that's interesting," said Senku. "Oh no, mine got all burned out during the training," asked Izuku. "Senku, you know them?" asked Yuzuriha. "Yes, on the day of the alarm break I was talking with them while you guys were buying lunch," said Senku while poking his ear. "Hey Ida, look, is Senku-kun from the other day," said Ochako. "Oh, it's great to see you again, Senku-kun. Say, is that your class?" asked Ida while shaking Senku's hand. "Geez, I didn't know. Can't you see proper?" asked Senku with sarcasm. Soon the rest of 1A saw the students from 1D. They saw all of them with the regular UA uniform, so they were probably some other class waiting for the bus. "Who are they?" asked Kaminari. "They are probably some random classes in the school." "Nothing much," said Mainta. "Oh, so all of the sudden we are not interested for you all," said Jen to the midget. "If there is something we aren't ... is disinterested," said Rusui, all serious while snapping his fingers. "Snap, calm down, man. We didn't want to insult you guys," said Kirishima. "Okay, but choose your words carefully next time," said Akayo. Keisuke soon was joined with the Eraserhead. He was very calm for someone that had to take care of 20 future heroes. "Is okay, Aizawa-kun. My students are harmless as a bunch of kittens," said Keisuke. "Don't worry, I am more worried for your student interacting with mine," said Aizawa. Keisuke was taking a look on Aizawa's students. So far nothing extreme. However, once he took a look on Bakugou outfit, he was super nervous. "Are those ... real grenades?" asked Keisuke, all horrified. "Don't worry, if he used them here, he is expelled out of here faster than I can blink," said Aizawa, all calm. "Thanks," said Keisuke. Ryusui was looking at the girls of 1A. So far nothing hot that can interest him. Uraraka was cute but nothing much. Mina he didn't like that much. Tsuyu was sexy, but he wasn't much fan of her posture. Jiru was meh, but she had a cool look. Toru was. In his eyes, however, one struck him with a smirk. "Well, looks who is here ... the heir of the Aorazu fortune," said Rusui, looking at Momo. "She really did it. She will be the 10th heroine in the Aorazu line," said Francois. "Well, Francois, I don't know about this one. She was always trying to do the best of herself, but she doesn't know how to appreciate her life," said Rusui with a snap. Snap. Momo stopped talking with Jiru upon hearing that snap of fingers. "That snap. It can't be," thought Momo. "Still using the same perfume after all those years," said Rusui, making Momo look. "Rusui Nanami," said Momo in SH cock. "Hey babe," said Rusui with a smirk. "I didn't imagine you would come to UA," said her. "I decided to just come here and study it all." "Don't worry, you won't be seeing my face around here," said him. "I thought you didn't like hero schools," said her. "What can I say? This place has one of the best GPA scores in the country, so my parents pretty much put me here," said Rusui. "Yeah, Momo, do you know him?" asked Mina. "This person is Rusui Nanami, an old acquaintance of mine from the past," said Momo, presenting Rusui. The hero students took a minute to process, but soon realized who he was. "Rusui Nanami," screamed Toru. "The multimillionaire teen," screamed Uraraka. "That's right. I am here on the flesh and UA," said Rusui, snapping his fingers. Snap. "You two know each other?" asked Jiru. "We meet when we were kids. Our parents did a lot of negotiation together," said Momo. "Of course, she and I didn't have much in common there, and we still don't have right now." While I decided to explore the world and use my knowledge and business skill to gain money, she decided to waste her potential and be a hero, said Ryusui, looking annoyed at her. I told you, be a hero is a greater opportunity than being the successor of powerful company. I will explore the world and do all this stuff once I am graduated and make my own name as a heroine, said Momo with pride in her voice. It seems that you still need more confidence. I don't see a little bit of self-defense in your voice. Though Ryusui, sensing that on Momo tone, she could try to act prideful and all calm, but the blonde teen knew she was not fully confident and didn't know what to do. It's so good to see you again, Miss Momo, said Francois. Momo soon turned around and saw the butler of Ryusui there too. Francois, you are here too? Asked her in surprise. Yes, Ryusui-san gave me a recommendation letter and I was admitted to the general education course, said Francois. Oh really? He did that? Asked Momo, looking at Ryusui confused. What? Do you think I am a heartless man? I want the best education for those closest to me, said him with a prideful and powerful smirk. With my brother already in India, I need someone by my side, thought Ryusui. I hope you are treating me as your butler still here in school, said Momo. I know the right time to ask something for Francois. I am not like those idiots rich kids that my parents made me try to befriend with. I know the right time to ask. Like now, Francois, I am thirsty. Do you have something here? Asked him. Would you like some Earl Grey tea? Is fresh from one of the Nenami farms. Would you like some, Lady Momo? Asked Francois with a little container. Sure, I love the Nenami teas, said Momo. Hey, don't give her all the tea, said Ryusui. Everyone looked at those two drinking that expensive tea while ignoring everyone. At the same time, both students of 1A and 1D had only one thing in mind. Rich kid talk, thought them. The students of 1D were soon commenting on each of the students' here costumes. Overall, things were going fine, until they spot Momo. Extreme costume. Hey, that's super hot, said Magma. I don't know, but isn't that outfit a little bit extreme for a teenager? Asked Akayo. Either that or UA really doesn't know to say yes or no to a costume, said Matsukaze. As the 1D students were talking about some of the costumes of the 1A class, a certain midget decided to open his disgusting mouth and started to talk. Oh boy, look at some of those babes. That ponytail blonde has such good breasts. The pink-haired one has nice legs. The other blonde has a nice rack. That one with dreads has such nice juicy lips, and that one with the headphones sure has a great ass, said Maito in normal voice to his friends. Nikki heard those disgusting things about her classmates, so she decided to give that midget a lesson. Did you really say those things out loud and expect to get away? Pervert, screamed Nikki, punching Maito in the face. Tau, screamed Maito, rolling in pain in the ground. The others heard that and decided to give Nikki some help. Yes, disgusting, said Kohaku, kicking Maito in the back. Kick, virgin, said Hamura, kicking Maito. Kick, I bet he pee in his outfit, said Kirisama, also kicking. Kick, should we stop them? Asked Yuzuhira, all nervous. No, let them have that, said Minami with a smirk. Seeing this, the rest of 1A didn't know what to do. Either stop the girls or last a little long to make sure Maito has enough punishment. See, I told you that was going to happen real soon, said Jiru. I think he got what he deserved, said Uraraka. Either way, I like those girls, said Tsuyu. So far, the tension around the 1A and 1D was normal. They were hitting off perfectly fine and having a nice talk. Overall, everything was okay until a certain blonde started to talk. Can't we just ditch these losers? We are way behind schedule, screamed Bakugou. The students of 1D didn't like that, being called losers out of the blue. Hey man, chill out, said Kaminari. Yeah, the bus is late. Let's at least meet some new people, said Kirishima. I don't want to lose my time talking to some extras, screamed Bakugou. The way that Bakugou said it really feel off. It made most of the student felt like they were being mocked or being insulted. What did you call us? Asked Kohaku, all annoyed and angered. Extras? That's what you all are, screamed Bakugou, not caring for that class. Bakugou, stop that, said Ida. Sorry for him. His behavior is truly a curse. Bakugou apologized to these students, said Aizawa. Apologize for what? Asked him. For what? You need a reason, screamed Nikki, all annoyed. Trash talking us, calling us extras and others things. Want us to go on? Asked Kinru. Yeah, give us an apology, jerk, screamed Jinru, hiding behind Kinru. What gives? There's still no reason for an apology, so here, considered it done, said Bakugou, all annoyed and not even wanting to give a second look. Jen, seeing that hot-headed screaming at his class and being this prideful with his position as a UA student, he decided to explore that a little bit more. Look here, Bakugou-kun, is that right? Can I call you that? I'm sure you have your reason for call us extras, but it's not good to say that in front of people that might give you a bad feedback. Remember, there are cameras everywhere following you, and one slip of the tongue and your career is over, said Jen with a smirk on his face. The shit are you talking about, Oreo head? Asked Bakugou. Wait a minute, aren't you a Sajiri Jen? The teen psychic? Asked Mina, now realizing that was Jen. Oh yes, I guess the cat is out of the bag. It is I, the famous teen psychic and internet personality, a Sajiri Jen. In the flesh, said Jen, doing some magic tricks to impress the heroes. Listen here, you trash magician, I don't care for my image. I am here to become a hero and that's everything. I don't give a shit for what the others think of me. Screamed Bakugou to Jen. Jen could sense some layers of emotion in Bakugou's expression, almost like he was reading his emotion. He knew that was the complete opposite. Bakugou only cared for what the others thought about him, but was so prideful and hot-headed that didn't realize yet. He is really a one kind of a character. I am going to enjoy this. Though Jen, sorry for him, he is a very steamy guy, said Mina. Don't worry my dear, he didn't hurt my feelings. But if you like, I have some merchandise here if you like it, said Jen, showing off some of his stuff. Aizawa, upon hearing that, got a little confused. Selling stuff in school property? He can't be, thought Aizawa, and on the turn of his head, Mina and Kaminari had on their hands Jen books and keychains. Thank you for shopping, said Jen, counting the money. Wow, I can't wait to read his book, said Kaminari, all excited. Same, I bet it's awesome, said Mina. Aizawa, upon seeing that, got all angry and marched towards Jen. What did you do? Asked Aizawa, glaring at Jen in some intense way. Jen only brushed that cold look and answered calmly. Hey, I did nothing. I just promote a business, I show them my product and they bought. Simple as that. My dear sir, I am a person that sees an opportunity, and they wanted my product, so I made the exchange. Simple as that, said Jen, all carefree as he counted his money. Aizawa didn't like this. Guys that like to make profit all the time wasn't very good on his radar, and the way that Jen acted made him a little angry. This kid is trouble. I need to keep an eye on him, thought Aizawa. Bigot hero. Let me do what I want. I am not stealing all their money. Jackass, thought Jen. Kaminari, Mina, drop those books to the ground, said Aizawa. But sensei, we just bought them, said Kaminari. Yeah, said Mina. I told you two to put down. You pick up later at your lockers. I will ask the security bots to put in your lockers and then you can pick up later, said Aizawa. Sure, said the two. Senku saw that and could only laugh at that. Looks like he is total authority around them. Either he is a messed up father figure or he just like the power, asked Senku to Midoriya. Yes, Aizawa-sensei can be pretty scary, but he is an awesome hero. He can pretty much cancel all quirk with his eyes. It's pretty amazing, said Izuku. Senku saw that and could tell that while this was a bit overpower, it did come at a cost, as he could see at Aizawa's death face. He decided to keep that in mind for future plans. Soon Tsukasa returned to the bathroom and was annoyed that the hero class was still there, so he would try to act cool and not make any conversation with any of them. Hey, what is going on? Asked Tsukasa, seeing some tense moment in the air. Just some kid from the hero course calling us extras. Nothing extreme to worry about, said Hyoga. However, Tsukasa's plan went out of the window once Kirishima spot him. Scream him. What is wrong, Kirishima? Asked Zero, confused. Look, scream him, pointing at something. Everyone looked at what Kirishima was pointing at, and Lord behold, it was Tsukasa. Tsukasa Shishio, screamed Kaminari. The other members of Class 1 were just looking at the gigantic team in amazement, like he was a pro hero or some role model, which Tsukasa would say that he is neither both. The strongest primate teenager, said Zero in shock. Is he really a student of UA? Screamed Minto in fear as he tries to get himself up. Kirishima soon started to awkwardly walk towards Tsukasa. The strong teen didn't want to talk to any of them, but with those weird looks he decided to at least say something. Hey ... are you really Tsukasa Shishio? Asked Kirishima, all excited. Yes, said Tsukasa, all calm. Oh my god, I am a huge fan. I've been seeing your fights for over a year. You are awesome. My favorite was when you fought that dolphin guy and punched him in the blowhole. You then used your elbow attack, which I think, said Kirishima for a minute, sounding like Midoriya when talking about All Might. Tsukasa only sweat drop at this alongside most of 1A and 1D. Kirishima was just making a fool out of himself. Can you give me an autograph? Asked him. Sure, said him, all annoyed, but it was best than being rude. He just got the pen and paper and did a signature. Thanks bro, screamed Kirishima, ready to show his autograph to the class. I need to get out of here, thought Tsukasa, going next to Keisuke, because who would bother him next to an old man? However, his plan was not that long, because he bumped into someone in the way to his sensei. That someone was Bakugou. Bump, sorry, said Tsukasa, but Bakugou wasn't having none of that. Hey, you caveman, screamed Bakugou, now more pissed than ever, mostly because someone was getting more attention than him. Class 1D was horrified at this, just like Wanna was. Tsukasa, upon hearing that nickname, turned to Bakugou with a murderous glare. What did you call me? Asked him, all pissed. I called you caveman, because that's what you are, right? Screamed Bakugou, just being an asshole. Tsukasa, if he could, he would just break this guy's jaw in 8 different ways, but since he was in school ground, he didn't wanted to get into any trouble. Mostly because since he joined UA, he got more offers to raise money for his sister, and being on a public school was saving his family lots of money. So he would just try to play cool there. I said sorry. Why the insult? Asked him, still pissed, but Bakugou was way ahead of him. You don't just bump into my shoulder and expect to walk away fine. Screamed Bakugou. What is your deal? Asked Akayo, all annoyed. My deal is that this troglodyte just bumped into me and thinks can walk away fine. I am pro hero, not another extra that you can just ignore, said Bakugou. Tsukasa was now pissed at that. This was one of the main reasons why he hated heroes, their ways of thinking to be much more important than the average man. Ever since becoming a hero was a possibly, millions of assholes have used this as way to get a free ride of the good life. Tsukasa pretty much was sure that this blonde was one of those bastards only for fame and money. Tell me one reason why I shouldn't break your face, said Tsukasa, now serious. Oh, said 1D, now intrigued. You pissed our vice president, said Kohaku. Do it, Tsukasa, beat the snot out of him, said Yo. Yeah, piss him and you are done. Of course, if you were messing with me, I would have already finished you, said Magma with a smirk. Bakugou, seeing those extras from the general course smirk and laugh at him, was something he wouldn't allow it. He wanted to show them who was on the top of that school. What are? Said Bakugou, ready to attack. But Aizawa was prepared. Bakugou, if one explosion goes off, you can say goodbye to your costume, said Aizawa, stopping this. Bakugou stopped, but 1D was going to take that chance and rub in his face. That's right, learn your place, screamed Nikki. Yeah, you aren't that big of a hotshot, huh? Said Minami with a smirk. He can't talk, because he is just the teacher pet, said Hamura with a smirk. Nice one, said Kirasama, fist bumping Hamura. I'm sorry, but you kind hurt our feelings, said Yuzuhira. Not so mighty right now, aren't you? Said Kohaku. Why don't you say something ... you extra, said Francois with a smirk. Bakugou was now more red with anger than he has ever been in the past few days. In his mind, he didn't do nothing wrong. Those extra started, and they should earn his excuse. He wanted to stay quiet until the stupid bus arrived. But of course 1D wanted one last thing. Hey, apologize for all this drama. We aren't leaving until we hear that from you, said Kohaku. Fuck no, gorilla woman. I got no time to waste on background characters like you all. I am the future #1 hero, so piss off, said Bakugou. You little, said Kohaku, ready to attack. But Teiju, Chrome, Kinru, Magma and Tsukasa all took a hold of her to stop this attack. Oh my goddess, Kohaku, stop, said Keisuke, all worried. Soon the 2 bus arrived and it was time to end this madness. Bakugou, get on the bus. We will discuss this later, said Aizawa, all tired and angry. Whatever, this was a waste of time anyway, said Bakugou. Akayo, however, wasn't going to stay quiet and decided to open his mouth. You are not that much of a hero, are you? Said Akayo, all calm towards Bakugou. Bakugou, upon hearing that, marched toward Akayo with cruel ways. What did you say, albino freak? Said him with his hand already hot, but Akayo didn't move an inch. I am not afraid of you. You try to be scary to us, but we are not hero students. You can't harm us or fight us. If you do anything, you are expelled or is going to get suspended or something else. You can try to act like this force against nature towards me and my class, but you aren't different from us. You are still a regular student here, but it's not just because you put a costume that I am obligated to call you hero. If you are willing to attack us after all this, that just show that I am right about you, that you prefer to act as someone on top rather than help the needed. If I were you, I would take a few days off from battling and focus on my mental state, because frankly you fail in all the quality of a hero on my point of view, said Akayo, all serious. Bakugou didn't have any way to defend himself. He only lower his hand and make a fist as he grinds his teeth. Behind him, his class was giving support to Akayo. Wow, said Izuku, impressed by this. So cool. That white-haired guy has some guts, said Toru. Yeah, said Jiru, blushing at that. Jen decided to use this and also play against Bakugou. He is right. I am afraid that against us you have no power, Bakugou-kun. Just looking at you, it seems you are way focused on being a hero. You don't want that being taken away, wouldn't you? Asked Jin. Bakugou didn't want to say that they were right, but he didn't want it to look weak and pathetic in the eyes of his classmates and regular students. Listen here, you dynamite head. Just go to your bus, you already lost the war against us, said Ryusui with a smirk. Fuck you rich boy, screamed Bakugou. Whatever, I am still more worthy than you will ever be, said Ryusui. Whoa snap, screamed Chrome. Liking that, Senku decided that enough was enough. He had fun with this whole scene but wanted to move with his day. Hey explosion guy, my advice, get on that bus. Is not safe in here, you are not ready to deal with us, said Senku all calm. Fuck you vegetable head. I don't receive orders from you extras, screamed Bakugou. Bakugou I swear, said Aizawa, ready to give another thread. But Senku stopped him. Senku only walks calmly towards Bakugou and said it. Your quirk come from your sweat, I am right. Let me guess, those gauntlets are filled with sweat. I wonder how any of your friends here can just learn to just evaporate this. Am I right? Asked Senku. Bakugou, upon hearing that Senku figure out his main force of power and how his quirk can be used for more effect, had a horror look and ran towards the bus, pretty much surprising everyone. What? Scream everyone in shock. Senku, what did you? Asked Tsukasa. I discovered the origin of his power. I can tell that he's very prideful of his quirk. So, exposing his weakness pretty much makes him feel fragile. Something that I can tell he rather be killed as be looks as one. That my friend is his Achilles heel and unlike his dubious classmates, is a rather obvious trait that he is exposing, yet nobody is taking advantage at it, said Senku. Tsukasa was once again impressed with Senku's argument and his way of thinking. Just how much he was ahead of the game. How can he be so many steps ahead? Said Tsukasa in a whisper. I heard that. You better be careful, said Senku. So what? Am I a menace? Asked Tsukasa. We will see, said Senku with a smirk. Ida soon came up to 1D and bowed towards them, in a really odd way. And sorry for Bakugou. I failed over and over again to act as a good student president. But I keep failing. I don't know what to do about his temperature or his actions. This is really inappropriate. I am so sorry, screamed Ida. Is okay man, we're cool, said Chrome. Thanks for apologizing. Is good to see that at least someone in this class has good manners, said Tsukasa. But just to make things sure, listen here tough guy, the girl from our class is under my watch. Do anything with them and I will go after you, said Maida, trying to act all chivalrous and failing miserably. What? Said all the girls, not believing the nerve that the pervert was pulling. Maida, do you really think that acting chivalrous after your whole scene is going to win them over? Asked Shoji. Well Shoji, said Maida, trying to defend himself, but it was too late. I asked in totally seriousness. Besides, don't go act like Bakugou and start bashing others just because of their status. Honestly, you two are making me very sad, said Shoji. Maida knew that he didn't have any chance of defending himself, so he ran towards the bus. Listen, I am sorry for Maida. He is still trying to find his way to be a hero. But he is more focused on bodies rather than heroics, said Shoji. Thanks, you are a very open-minded person, I like that, said Tsukasa. No problem man. We are all students, I don't think we should have a sense of superiority just because we are future heroes, said Shoji. Tsukasa only smiled at that. At least there was some hero student that was cool and seemed to be a very strict and calm one. Who would thought that Shoji and Tsukasa would get along, said Toru. Maybe is because they sound alike, asked Kohaku. I don't know, maybe is because they have some features in common. What do you think fellow UA student? Asked Ida. Why are you talking like this? Asked Magma. I guess is because Shoji and Tsukasa have a lot of common features with each other, such as big muscle structure, voice and agility and, said Midoriya going all frantic like always. Why are you talking like that? Weirdo, said Jinru. Jinru, don't insult others just because they have weird ways, said Kinru. You are his brother, asked Tokoyami. Yes, we are twins, but we don't have many features common besides of a few things, said Kinru. Understood. I imagine that in a quirk world, even genetic might be altered, said Tokoyami. Kinru only smiled at that and nodded at the bird-head student. Okay everyone, we spent a lot of time here but it's time to go, said Keisuke. And to my students, hurry up, we don't have much time, said Aizawa. The two groups soon parts ways and give a nod of goodbye to one another. We will see each other again, asked Izuku. Probably, who knows? It is a big school, said Senku. Soon the two bus headed towards destinations. The one a bus headed towards the USJ, while 1D bus headed to the museum. At 1D bus, what a rush event, said Chrome. Yes, totally surreal, said Nikki. I can't believe we meet a hero class. It was awesome in some ways, said Jinru. At least you enjoyed most of those moments. I wanted to get away as fast as possible, said Kirasame. Yes, said Hamura. Agreed, said Matsukaze. Hyoga, what is your opinion on all this? Asked Tsukasa. I feel that those people are in some way disappointing. While some of them display some cool design, they aren't much of a powerhouse feel. I don't think those people will reach the status that they are trying to reach, said Hyoga all cold. Still, I get that they want to be heroes, but can't they also display something else? Asked Minami. Being a hero is pretty much the #1 dream job in today's society, said Matsukaze. The sad thing is that out of those 20, plus the others in the B class imagined all the people that got rejected by UA, said Yuzuhira. What? Is better this way. We have so many heroes that we don't have any more room for them, said Yo. I bet that most of them don't have a second plan, said Ryusui. Yes, but we are all first years, said Chrome. Still, is important to make sure you have something to live on. I feel that most of those people don't have something in mind in case a tragedy happens in their path, said Jen. Yes, being a hero is a glorious life of work, but there is a lot of dark moments in this life, said Akayo. Senku heard those conversation and kept in his mind that interaction with the Wanna class would cause him to create more plans in his head. If he wanted to prove that science can be beat the ways of All Might, he would need to think way ahead of the game. Hey Senku, are you okay? Asked Teju. I feel 10 billion% fine, nothing major. Just wanting to go into the museum after this whole argument, said Senku. Agreed, I just want to relax and not think of that jerk for the rest of the day, said Magma. The young scientist soon looked at his classmates and decided to make a way to make more of them join his side. That's why he had the generals. Wise generals. Opinions. What should we do once we go to the museum? Asked Senku. I think we should make groups of 4, said Akayo. Agreed. This should be a good way to make people to know each other. We can announce once we arrived, said Chrome. This way is safe and won't cause that much of a ruckus, said Jen. Oh yes, fighting for who goes to who is so far our only priority at the moment, said Ryusui. The class soon enjoy the rest of the trip towards the place. When soon they arrived there, in the museum. Inside of the place it was filled with all kinds of relics from thousands of years ago, from caveman times to the modern civilization. Civilian objects, weapons and all kinds of random stuff were there to be seen and analyzed. Okay, everyone settle down. Before we start, Senku asked me to form 5 group of 4 people, said Keisuke. What? This is how we are going to do? Asked Kohaku. Of course, however the selection will be random, so be ready to be patterned with people you barely know, said Chrome. I don't like this, said Jinru nervous. Okay, everyone grab a piece of paper and write your name on it, said Tsukasa. We can a competition out of this, like the team that has the most points wins a prize or something, said Minami all excited. Yes, that would be cool, said Nikki. Before anything could happen, a group of trenches-coated figures entered the place. They didn't seem suspicious at first, but give enough time and they would be one. Huh? Asked Akayo confused. What is wrong? Asked Chrome. I hear danger, loud footsteps and the sounds of guns in someone's pants, said Akayo. Really? Screamed Chrome nervous, and the rest of the generals come over to talk with him. Akayo, are you sure? Asked Ryusui. Yeah, I'm sure, said Akayo. Can't you just point where are they to a guard? Asked Jen nervous. If I do that, I am also arrested for the use of quirk without a license, said Akayo. Just do it. You are saving life. I am rich, I pay your bail, screamed Ryusui. Akayo only sigh at this and look at his behind. They are 6 people, all big and with guns, said Akayo. The group soon saw the figures there and saw it was too late. What is? Said Senku, and then the one on the front took of his trench coat, revealing a huge man with a red face holding a gun. Everyone down, scream him shooting the ceiling. Bang. Everyone was scared and hit the floor in fear, class 1D specially. What is going on? Asked Keisuke. I think is a villain attack, screamed Matsukaze. All the other members of the Red Face gang were all without their trench coat and shooting everywhere to scare the civilians. Bang bang bang. Screamed the civilians. Everyone stay calm. This is a robbery and we will take someone as a hostage, said the ant woman. This is serious. Fail to cooperate and is bye-bye, screamed the blue guy. Soon they put all the hostages in one position and looked at them to find a victim. They looked at Class 1D and Lizard Man, who was doing the look, found the perfect hostage. Yuzuhira. Hello there, cute thing. Come with me, scream him grabbing the girl. No, scream her much to her classmates' horrors. Yuzuhira. Scream Teju trying to save his girlfriend. Get down or she will die, screamed the giraffe neck hitting Teju with his gun. Clang. Argh, said Teju in pain and pain. Teju, scream his classmates. Senku saw this situation and was nervous for the first time in this year. Crap, what should we do? They have a hostage at gunpoint. One wrong move and she is dead. Thought him. The villains soon were looking at all the exits and put bombs all over the entrance places. If a hero come here and try to save you all, we will blow up the place. Understood. Now to our demands. We want the equivalent to $10 million, some of the pieces of this museum and a helicopter. If we don't get our demands, we will kill each of you starting by this girl, said the red-headed guy. We are trapped, thought Senku in horror. Class 1 was now all heading towards a place called USJ. While they were all excited, the heat and tense moments that happened while talking with the 1D students was still in the air and was on everybody's nerves. Okay everybody, just to make sure, everyone will be working together when we get there. Disobey me and there will be consequences, said Aizawa. The students all nodded to Eraserhead and all stay quiet for the moment. Bakugou, you are not escaping after that stunt you did back there. I want a 5-page essay about the use of quirks to intimidate others, a real apologize letter, and you be cleaning the classroom for the next 2 months. Also, do that again, you are gonna spend the rest of the year in detention, understood? Asked Aizawa. Yeah, said Bakugou. Aizawa only looked annoyed at this. Bakugou seemed to get the message, but he wasn't show concern. The hero knew that he would do those things just to not get in trouble, but would he actually apologize? He really needs to grow up, thought Aizawa. The rest of the class soon started to talk, and everybody soon started to speak about 1D. I like those students, said Tsuyu. You did? Asked Midoriya. Yeah, I mean they are the first we encountered from UA that aren't from the hero course. It's kind of nice hearing their points of view since they are regular civilian, said Tsuyu. Besides, we don't need to act all superior and mighty when we are around regular people. Those dudes were cool. Even that white-haired guy, the way that he spoke was truly manly. I got chills, said Kirishima, remembering Akayo's speech. Yes, truly, said Jiru with a blush. Kaminari noticed the purple-haired girl with that blush and for some reason felt annoyed that. Are you okay there? You are all red, said Kaminari with a smirk. Nothing at all. Scream her. Jiru decided to keep all cool and listen to songs in her cell phone. That guy with the green and white hair really seemed pretty confident, said Ayoma. Yes, Senku-kun is really cool. He said it that his heroes are scientists, said Uraraka. Scientist, said Shaoji, surprised. Wow, that's amazing. Maybe he could help us in the future with hero gear, said Sato. Yes, that would be cool. And we can all get to know him better, said Mina. Being friend with a scientist. That might be nice, said Toru. So why is he on general education course and not in the support course? Asked Takoyami. Maybe he doesn't like the labs there or something. I don't know, asked the guy, said Kaminari. Or he might be a supervillain, screamed Mainta in horror. Yes, he would be the one that make all of us have a run for our money, said Kirishima with a laugh. Like that would happen. He is just a guy on the regular course. Nothing more, said Zero. I think someone might think different, said Kaminari, pointing at Bakugou, who hasn't said a word. Yes, what is it, bro? Did Senku made you all nervous? Asked Kirishima. Shut up. Stupid vegetal head is wrong about me, screamed Bakugou. Bakugou on the other hand wasn't calm. The fact that a nobody figure out his way of power in a matter of seconds really made him nervous, to the point of constant thinking. Hey bro, chill out, said Kirishima. I told you I am calm, screamed Bakugou. Are you? Because all I see is the same as a rabid dog, said Kaminari. Shut up, dunce face, screamed Bakugou. Bakugou, stop shouting on the bus, said Ida. Shut up, glasses. I shout as much as I want, scream him. Oh my, this is so rude, said Momo. I think it's funny, said Uraraka. The class all laughed at Bakugou as if he was doing something fun, when he was just shouting curses, words, and much more R-rated material. Tsuyu only laughed at that and thought about the kids of 1D. I hope they are having fun on the field trip, said Tsuyu. Yes, it's a shame we are not going to wherever they are going, said Uraraka. Yes, while they are busy with extra credit, we are doing hero training. Is like two separated worlds, said Zero. We don't know how the trip is going to end up, said Toru. They seem pretty relaxed. Maybe it would be lots of fun and they will probably have a good time, said Mina. Yes, I am kind jealous that are doing that while by the end of the day we will all be exhausted, said Kirishima. Next time we should ask them and talk some more. This way we can make a better connection, said Uraraka. Good idea. Everybody, next time we meet 1D we will ask them about their field trip, just to show how much we care for them, said Ida. Yes, Ida, said the class. Everyone had a good laugh and continued their ride on the bus. I hope they are all having a good time, thought Izuku. At the museum. Now listen up. The heroes will arrive at any second. Anyone tries to act smart, and this girl gets the bullet. Screamed the villain. Shit, said Senku all nervous. At 1D, Senku and his class were just taking some time to relax before Keisuke arrives. Hey Senku, what are you doing? Asked Chrome. I am checking the top heroes of other countries, said Senku while looking at his phone while the other class members start to hear him. Why? Asked Kinru. Curiosity. I mean Japan is great, but what about other countries? Who are their heroes? Asked Senku. That's really cool, said Kohaku. Yes, I mean what kind of heroes are in other countries? We have All Might, so what kind heroes they have in other regions or continent? Said Nikki. Someone who is more heroic, said Hyoga under his breath. Agreed, said Hamura. Yes, I mean can you imagine what kind number hero they have on China? Asked Jinru. Or India, said Rusui. Or the United States, screamed Magna. The other students all started to talk about the heroes in other countries. Why can't we hear about the heroes of other nations? Asked Kohaku. Because we have too many heroes in this country already that we can't imagine have merchandise of out-of-country heroes, said Akayo. So, is more of an economic view? Asked Yuzuhira. Yes, we already have a big economic factor being connected with hero business alone. If we let outsiders get in the game is going to be a problem in the market, said Jen. Now the class was curious to know how heroes of other countries look like. Since Japan was so much based into hero business they would be only focusing into their heroes. Man, can you imagine what they look like? Asked Teju. Please, we have enough heroes here, we don't need to see the ones from other places, said Kirasame. What about TV shows? Did anyone catch a sneak on any show? Asked Yuzuhira. I only watch cops shows, they are way more teased. Like those old shows, what is called 911. Like that thing is lit, said Yo. Really? I need to watch that, said Teju all excited. Boy, here we go, said Senku with a smile. Akayo, you live the United States. Do you know who is the current #1 hero? Asked Minami. Sorry, I wasn't much with the news of who got into first place. I was too focused on my studies, said Akayo. Can anyone look that up? Let's see who is America #1 hero, said Jen. I will do that, said Minami. Minami soon got her cell phone and found a page with the #1 hero of each country. I found a page, said Minami. Put on a slide for the whole class to see, said Jinru. Soon the reporter clicked the page and they see a picture of the #1 heroine of the United States. Stars and stripes, and the reaction of the class was of shock. Oh, said Jen in shock of the size of that woman. That's something, said Kinru. She is human looking, said Francois. Nikki, I am sorry for looking funny at you. After today I know there is someone way muscled up than you, said Jinru. Me too, said Minami bowing. Yes, said Hamura, Yuzuhira, Kirasama, Matsukage, Francois, and Jen. Why are you all apologizing? Screamed Nikki all confused. Senku and Tsukasa looked at the powerful woman with a look of annoyance and anger. It's worse than we imagined, said Senku in whisper. His ways are going to people of other countries, said Tsukasa in whisper. Yes, she tried to copy his style and physique. However, we need to know one thing, said Senku. What is her quirk? Asked Tsukasa. Is called New Order. After touching someone or something she can control them into all kinds of ways. She can control elements and other things and she can give order to them and make them work towards her orders, said Minami. The class was in shock. That could be the most broken and overpowered quirk they ever heard. They might not know All Might quirk, but that was pure horrifying. Senku and Tsukasa always thought, as much they mock and hate All Might, at least his powers was just physic-based and nothing much. This one had a power that could make the entire world bow to her. Shit, thought the two in horror. What in the world is she thinking? Asked Rusui feeling disgusted. Okay, she is something. Clearly, she must see an All Might, said Yuzuhira. But why does she needs to copy the look of the #1 hero in Japan? Asked Akayo confused. Because we live in a society that for some reason treats Japan as its main point, said Rusui. So is the United States just another country, and not the country anymore? Asked Kinru. The class soon entered in silence. After quirks appeared, the way that the world see the main power countries are different from how they were in previous era. This was truly a messy of a society. Why he doesn't go away? Asked Tsukasa pissed. Yes, this is going to be more difficult than I thought, said Senku. Does he hate our country? Asked Magma. I am surprised that he hasn't been sued for the United States. I mean, he decided to copy their styles and hero formats, said Rusui. Yes, even the copy of the Chrysalis building that we have. I am surprised that Japan lost all of their economy just for a hero pose style, said Jen. This is really confusing. Does America speak Japanese now? I mean, from what I heard, All Might never speak in English, said Chrome. How isn't our country in his outfit? I know white and red aren't as beautiful as blue and yellow, but come on, said Kirishima, because that's not very flamboyant and tell in your face that he is the number one. Dick, said Hyoga. Agreed, said Hamura. The class still continued to see stars and stripe picture and wonder what was her past and if she was related or was trained by All Might. But so far there was nothing much about her. Is she for real? Can't she be original? Asked Matsukage. At least she is protecting America and her name, while generic is at least American, said Akayo. Of course, if she protects the United States then she is doing a bigger job than All Might. I mean, compare the size of the two countries, said Minami. Yes, I am just wondering who are the heroes of other countries, said Taiju. Imagine what the number hero of countries like, I don't know, Egypt or Russia, said Jen. That can be arranged, said Minami. Soon she found the pictures of Salam and Big Red Dot. Is he a Russian? Asked Magma, referring to Big Red Dot. No, he is from Singapore. Although this name I thought he was Russian, said Minami. At least that makes sense of his country. And he decides being on his own, said Kinru. Still is pretty much on the nose with the Egypt one. Like, oh geez, where did this hero came from, said Jen. Well, I guess people are not getting that creative in this day and age, said Tsukasa. Let's just pretend that we didn't see those and that these heroes. Let's just relax and wait for Keisuke-sensei, said Senku. Little did he knew that later that year a war would cause the worst fears of Senku come into reality. Society would collapse and stars and stripes would appear, while those two never set foot in the country. Senku saw the gang that was holding everyone in the museum. They were using fear as a method of making everyone do what they want. Even in the ages of heroes, crime was still pretty up. Listen here everyone, if you all cooperate everyone will go home untouched. Just do what we tell and then disappeared out of our sight. Try to play hero and this girl gets a bullet in her head and after her we will be getting more and more hostages, said the blue guy holding Yuzuriha. The class saw the fear in their classmate eyes. She was crying and pretty much shaking. That was pretty much brutal and uncalled for. They needed to think and fast. Prep, thought Senku. Senku, what should we do? Asked Teiju, nervous. I am thinking. Wait on that, said Himon whispers. The gang was now pointing their weapons towards the class. Everyone was nervous about that. If something happens they were going to get a bullet in the head or somewhere else. Pretty much a deadly shoot. Listen here, if anybody moves an inch we will shoot to kill, said the blue guy. Leave your watches, wallets and phones in a corner. We will collect them soon, said the ant face woman. Yes, try to be smart and said that you all forgot, said the red eye woman. We need to make sure that nobody here dare to mess with us, said the giraffe neck man. The gang soon decided to make some moves. The ant face woman took a knife out of her pocket and then marched towards Yuzuriha. We are going to make a little scene right now. Everything okay, darling? Asked the ant face woman. Wait, what are you? Said Yuzuriha, nervous. Before anyone could say anything, Yuzuriha long hair was cut off and now she had a haircut of little boy. All short and nothing more. She was thinking of cutting her hair but not in this style. They cut her hair, asked Neki, confused. We are not cowards. This is just the start. First her hair then her neck. I am wearing you all, said the ant woman, putting the knife on the girl's neck. Yuzuriha felt the knife on her neck and she was starting to cry even more. Kohaku was pretty much in rage over all that. She was ready to attack those assholes. Leave her, said Kohaku, but Francois hold her hand. We can't do anything. I do not wish to see Yuzuriha-chan dying today, said Francois, all worried too. The class was shaking. Some were calm like Kirisama and Matsukaze, while others like Jen and Jinro were pretty much 1 second away from pissing themselves. Senku, please tell me you have a plan, said Chrome, all nervous. I am thinking. I didn't expect to end up this way today, said Senku. Okay, in a few minutes the police will arrive with whatever hero they can find. We will go out and start negotiating. If you all cooperate this girl isn't going to bleed. Now let's start, said the blue-headed dude, ready to go out with Yuzuriha. The class didn't like the idea to leave their classmate alone with a psycho, so they would try to buy some time. Wait, let's us keep an eye on her, said Keisuke. Do you hear what I said, old man? Asked the blue-headed guy. Yes, but at least let me see if my student is okay, said Keisuke, and he got a gun right at his face. Give me a reason why should I listen to you and not give you permanent retirement, asked the blue-headed guy. What about 2 hostages? This can give you more favors and a big value, said Senku. Senku's response shocked everyone. He was helping the bandits, however that was just the first step of Senku's plan. Okay, you have a good point, said the blue-headed guy. This way the heroes will be more stuck in the corner, said the woman with ant face. And with that we will get the money quicker, said the red-eyed woman. Yeah, this way they don't have a choice, said the giraffe neck man. Great Senku, you gave them more ideas, said Chome in whisper. How is that supposed to save us? Asked Ryusui. That's step 1. Get them distracted, said Senku. The robbers were arguing with each other on what to order now with 2 hostage, possibly more money, and a helicopter maybe. Meanwhile, Yasuhiro was begging for help. Please, said her. With the argument still going on, Senku decided to execute his plan. Tsukasa, said him in a whisper. What? Asked the big teen. I need you to hit the fire alarm. If I am correct, the sprinklers of a museum release water in a more tick way than in regular places. If we activate them, it might give us a chance to escape and give them bad aim due to the water in their vision, said Senku. Tsukasa was impressed by this plan. Yes, it was risky and dangerous, but it was better than just sit around and wait for a hero to come here, rescue them, and say to the camera how scared he was. This was a job for the common man, someone like Tsukasa and Senku. Okay, I can hit the alarm with my watch. I just need a good angle, said him in whispers. Akayo is out of reach. It has to be you, said Senku. Got it, said the tall teen. The robbers were done arguing and then decided to look for the next hostage. Now which of you will be our second hostage? Asked the big blue guy. They looked around to see who could be also a good bait, and they saw Ryusui. Hey, look at that, said the ant woman. Is that Ryusui Nanami, the billionaire kid? Asked the red-eye woman. I guess he is going to do some withdraw today, said the giraffe man. They planned to get Ryusui, however that was enough time for Tsukasa to hit the fire emergency with a coin that he had. Click. The sprinkles went off and it was on a more serious way, pretty much obscuring the view of the robbers. What is that? Asked the red-eye woman, losing focus. Is the sprinkles, said the blue guy. I can't see crap, said the ant woman. Everyone run, screamed Teiju, grabbing Yasuhiro. The thieves saw the students running, but with the situation that they were in, the water was working to help the students escape. Hey, screamed the blue guy, shooting at randomness in order to hit someone. Bang, 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 bang. The shoots didn't hit anyone, however it did scare them because it was very close. They all split into various sections of the museum in order to distract the robbers. Luckily, help was on its way. Outside of the museum, various heroes were outside planning their rescue. The police was informing the heroes who was inside and who were the robbers. We suspect it was a hit and run kind of situation. Like get a hostage and we give them the money, said one officer. Outside of civilians, is there any group inside? Asked Night Eye. There was this one class from UA. Class 1D, said the cop. Bubble Girl stopped chatting with Rock Lock upon hearing which class was captured. Did you said class 1D? Asked her, nervous. Yes, they had scheduled a museum trip today, said the cat. That's my cousin class, said Bubble Girl, nervous. Your cousin class, said Rock Lock in shock. Oh no, Senku must be there. We got act now, said Bubble Girl. Don't rush it, Bubble Girl. I know your cousin is there, but we can't let others be injured also, said Sentiapede. Lemillion would be of great help right now, said Rock Lock. The heroes all thought of the best idea to approach this situation. They knew that things were bad, but the safety of the kids was their top priority. In the museum, the robbers were all pissed, looking for the teens that escaped. This time the negotiations were going to be brutal and one person at least was going to die today. Do you think they escaped at the back? Asked the red-eye woman. It's too far from here, plus they need access from a staff. Trust me, these kids are still inside, said the blue guy. He was right. The teens all ran off to different sections of the museum and were all hiding and trying to find something to use as a weapon. In the caveman section, Senku, Tsukasa, Teiju, Yasuhiro were behind some caveman mannequins and were wondering what they could do to get out of that situation. Okay, we got far away. What is the plan? Asked Tsukasa. Senku just smiled and said it. I got some ideas, said him. In the feudal Japan era, Hyoga, Hamura, Minami and Akayo were all hiding behind a replica of old Japanese temples. They needed a good time to strike like a ninja. In the Mediterranean section, Nikki, Magma, Yo and Jen were all hiding behind old paintings and hoping that they weren't spotted. In the Renaissance, Kohaku, Jinro, Kinro and Chrome were all hidden behind the statues of famous sculptures. It wasn't going to be easy with Jinro almost screaming out. On the world history section, Ryusui, Francois, Keisuke, Matsukaze and Kirasama were all hiding behind the topic of recent times. They were trying to find a solution with all the crap that was going on. Back with Senku group. So what is the first idea that you have? Asked Tsukasa. We need to make sure that they are split apart. If they are, we have a better choice, said Senku. What about defense? They have guns and none of our quirks are exactly battle style, asked Yasuhiro. Let's use prehistoric weapon. We can use the spears or the old axes to help, said Senku. Aren't those things fake? Asked Teiju. In a sense, but with enough strength we can use for good effect. Am I right? Asked Senku, looking at Tsukasa. The muscled-up teen just looked a bit odd and then smiled. Senku was right. In the right hands, even something useless could be used as a weapon. The teen managed to get Tsukasa a replica spear, while he gave Teju a tiny rock axe. Even thought those things were made of plastic. Senku was going to use the material around them to make those things deadly. Wait, before we go we need to send a message to everyone, said Senku. I got it, said Yasuhiro with her phone. Very quickly and silently she typed the message and shared with her classmates. The message came to every single member of the class and it said one thing. We need to knock down these guys. Order from President Senku. The members of 1D all got a smirk on their face. It was time to be creative and make some hell with those people. They tried to mess with them, scared their precious Yasuhiro, and now want to hunt them down. It's time to get a payback. At the Night Eye Agency, the ex-psychic of All Might was doing some of the monthly reports, making sure that everything was under control, and that he could maintain a perfect balance in his agency. Soon one of his psychic Bubble Girl appeared with more paperwork. Sir, we got the papers from yesterday, said Bubble Girl. Good, put on the east side. I already have both north, west and south occupied for Mother's Days, said Night Eye. This is a nightmare. When I became a hero I didn't expect to spend most of my days doing paperwork, said Bubble Girl in horror. It's a price to pay. Bureaucracy still runs deep in society, and we can't just toss to the side, said Night Eye. My cousin once told me about how the Romans would do this kind of stuff, but it was so complicated that I spaced out after a few minutes, said Bubble Girl, thinking about Senku. Interesting. Your cousin is truly gifted for someone of his age, said Night Eye. Then Night Eye felt his quirk activating as he felt something coming. Said him. What is it? Asked Bubble Girl. We will get a phone call soon, said him. He was right as someone started calling his agency. Right on time, said Bubble Girl with a smile. The hero soon picked up the phone and answered. Hello, said Night Eye, all calm. The calm manner soon died out once he heard what kind of problem people were having. What? I get right there, said him in horror. The psychic girl didn't know what was the deal, but if her boss was nervous then it was something really bad. Emergency alert. All psychics come here, said Nickthai, calling all the other psychics of the agency. In a matter of 1 minute all of the Night Eye's agents were at their boss' main office. He looked nervous and ready to reveal some shocking news. What is it, Night Eye? Asked Rocklock. The Museum of History and Science is being attacked. A bunch of criminals is there with hostages, said Night Eye. Really? Said Centipede. Not only that, but there are students there too, said Night Eye. What? From which school? Asked Rocklock. It's a class from UA. General course, said Night Eye. The news shocked the psychics, but especially Bubble Girl, who was a bit nervous. Wait a minute. Which class it was? Asked her. 1D, said Night Eye, making her fears come true. That's my cousin class. Scream her. What? Scream the others. Let's get there immediately, said her, running towards the door, but Night Eye hold her. Bubble Girl, stop. We still need to make a plan and see what we are dealing with. Just bargaining would cause more trouble, said Night Eye. Sorry sir, but Senku is my only family here in Japan. I kind, said Bubble Girl, nervous, and the pro hero put a hand on her shoulder to calm her. I am understood. Any of us would be mad if some of our loved ones would in that situation. I could see Rocklock going in a rampage if his wife and kid were in that museum. But we need to stay strong. We need to go there and start moving according to the protocol. Do you all understand? Asked Night Eye. Right, said the heroes. The group soon went to their cars and took off at top speed. All of them were ready to stop this madness before a student gets hurt. At the museum, the place was already surrounded by cops, pro heroes and news media. We are here on the Museum of History and Science. We hostages have been made by a bunch of criminals, said one reporter. And looks like help has finally arrived, said another one. The Night Eye heroes soon arrived and they saw the sight. It was like a scene from the movies. Wow, it's been a while since I saw a scene like this, said Centipede. Yes, but this isn't a good thing, said Rocklock. Soon Night Eye started to search around and saw a familiar woman with dragon features. Night Eye, said the pro hero Ryuku. Ryuku, what is the situation? Asked him. It's not good. They have guns and dangerous quirk all around, said her. What about a SWAT team? Asked him. They are about to strike, but apparently some of the hostage managed to slip off. They want to know where they are before they could do anything, said her. I see, said Night Eye. Then to everyone's surprise the number 2 hero soon arrived, looking pretty much livid and wanting to finish this job. Listen here everybody, we got no time. There are innocent children inside and like hell I am letting some of those scumbags hurt any of them, said him. And Dever is right, we got to move fast but we can't just blow up the museum. Although that would be epic, said Hawks. Night Eye, can't you tell the future of what is going to happen? asked Ryuko. We are dealing with a terrorist scenario. If we step inside, they can start to shoot at anyone no matter the consequences, said Night Eye being rational. So we need to play quiet. Is that what you are saying? Asked Endeavor pissed. There is no better idea at the moment. We need to think of the hostage, said him. Hey, we are wasting time. My cousin is in there and he could be hurt, said Bubble Girl. So what is your best plan? Asked Endeavor. We can't barge right now. We need to go into steal mode, said Night Eye. Gather anyone that has a stealth-based quirk. We need to be silent in this raid, said Endeavor to his sidekicks. Right, said the sidekicks. Night Eye looked at the museum and thought of possible solutions. No matter what he was thinking, there wasn't an option that would lead to someone getting hurt. So any idea? Asked Hawks. What about we go via the back door? Asked Rocklock. They might have someone already there. It's pointless if we don't have a blueprint, said Night Eye. Okay, give me a blueprint of this place immediately, said Endeavor to the officers. Yes sir, screamed them in fear. Soon they got the blueprints and started to map out and see what they could do. Listen here, we are dealing with armed criminals. They aren't a threat, but in the current position they hold the hostages in plain sight. One wrong move will lead to someone deaf. We are going to make a distraction and then we will start going off into an attack mode and take as many of the terrorists as we can, said Night Eye. The other heroes nod with that plan. That sounded like a rational and reliable one. What else should we know? Asked Hawks. The hostages are apparently scarred out, so it has become a cat and mouse game, said Night Eye, making the other heroes look in wide cock. Crap, said Endeavor. Let's just get ready. I am willing to do anything, said Bubble Girl. Night Eye nodded and soon he was setting up the position for everyone to be. It was going to be a really rigorous mission. It's not going to be easy. One person hurt, it means we all fail as pro heroes. I just hope these hostages know what they are doing, thought him. He rubbed his eyes all tired, just wanting to know why they run off from that situation. Whatever their plan was ... it's a stupid one, thought Nighty Eye. Meanwhile, inside of the museum, Senku and his team got some of their weapons ready. If he was right, he could imagine most of the group were already getting things done and ready to fight off those criminals. Let's get excited, said Senku with a grin. So alright folks, that's all for today. Stay tuned for part 5. Do subscribe, like and share for more such videos. Press the bell icon to be notified first on release. See you in the next video. Till then, goodbye.